The Brockville Museum acknowledges the land on which we gather to exchange ideas and share our past, present, and future is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples. Looking around Brockville, it's easy to find many old buildings, and if you look closely, you may be able to find some interesting architectural elements. Welcome to Brockville Museum's Building Brockville series, where we will explore some of the interesting and different architectural styles that can be found around the city. Today, we are looking at the Beaux Arts style that was popular from the late 1800s to the early 1900s. Beaux Arts architecture is part of the neoclassical architectural style, which was used on many different civic buildings like banks, train stations, and schools. To help give these buildings gravitas, the Beaux Arts style is often used in very grand, tall, stately sorts of buildings. And they're often built on a very large, imposing scale. The Beaux Arts style in Ontario is an eclectic mix of different architectural styles coming together. This includes classical, Renaissance, Baroque, and it can sometimes be mistaken for Art Deco that comes about more in the 1920s and 1930s. But there are some characteristics we can look for that will help us determine if buildings around Brockville are Beaux Arts. These buildings will often have temple-like facades, but unlike classical architecture, they're not really concerned with historical accuracy, so they're going more for a general look and feel. These features are often exaggerated in scale, so they're very, very large, and they're much bigger than what you would find on classical buildings. To create a temple-like look, pillars and columns are often used, and buildings like BCI use pilasters, which are squared pillars to help create this look. Another common feature is an entrance built on a cut-off corner. The Brockville Public Library is a Carnegie-style library, which was built in the Beaux Arts style, and until it was renovated, had an entrance on its corner. This entrance was covered by a pedimented portico, which is a covered entrance that usually has a gabled roof. Roofs of Beaux Arts buildings can be a variety of different things, but most common is flat or a mansard roof. This is a roof with a steep pitch for a few feet before it ends up flattening it to a flat surface. The old TD building, now 48 King West Hotel, was also built in the Beaux Arts style. Other elements of this style are arched windows and doors, as well as pediment doors. Something also common in this style is statutory sculptural elements, like relief sculptural panels that can be seen inside the tympanum, which is the wall inside the pediment. Above the door and around the windows will also have some of these sculptural elements. The facades of the Beaux Arts buildings are often in light-colored stone like limestone, and while it is not the case with most of the Beaux Arts buildings that we've seen in Brockville, they do often use some light-colored brick in its sections. This building also has coins, which are another feature of the Beaux Arts style, which are ornamental corners made of larger bricks or stones in a contrasting color. When classifying architecture, particularly in rural areas and small towns, it can be difficult as the buildings may be a mix of various styles, particularly when additions and renovations have happened. Styles do not change overnight, and they often overlap as tastes and styles change. Sometimes even the experts disagree on what buildings should be classified as. And if you're interested in some of the terms that we have used in this video, be sure to check out our architectural terms list that is available with this video. There are a number of Beaux Arts buildings in Brockville, and if you decide to go out and investigate our local architecture, please respect private property. Thank you for joining us as we explore Brockville architecture, and the next time you're walking around your neighborhood, take a look around to see what architectural styles you may find.